One should never lose sight that for people who experience genocide, the warning signs were there. Genocide is a process. It requires preparation and capacities to carry it out. The genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, in which Hutu and others who opposed it were killed, was made possible because of decades of stigmatization, marginalization, and discrimination aggravated by hate speech against the Tutsi. The Tutsi were dehumanized, called inyenzi, cockroaches, to ensure that when the call to kill and exterminate went out, it was taken up. This call, fed by dehumanization, made it possible for tailors, cobblers, farmers, teachers, priests, ordinary people to kill unarmed men, women, old people, and children. People whose only crime was the identity they held. In understanding genocide ideology, we must remember that to kill 1 million people, as happened in Rwanda in 1994, many perpetrators are required. Since then, many too have come forward to take up the broken pieces and rebuild. And for this, Rwanda has given the world hope. Others have descended on the path of denying the genocide happened. Denial or distorting the facts of the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, coming in the form of hate speech or not, constitutes an indicator of risk for the commission of genocide. Despite the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda having proved repeatedly, conclusively, in lengthy legal processes and applying international fair trial standards and the standard of proof beyond reasonable doubt that the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda happened, revisionists and genocide deniers continue to ignore judicial decisions. The role of education is indeed central, as those who are 30 years old today were not even born when the genocide against the Tutsi happened. These threats are particularly worrisome as we are marking the 30th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. We shall spend this time honoring and commemorating victims, remembering and learning from the past. We are cognizant that we must face head-on the challenge of addressing denial and distortion of these tragedies. Hate speech, which played such a key role in dehumanizing the Tutsi, targeted for extinction in 1994, is once again, especially on social media, helping to spread and amplify denial at alarming rates. Genocide denial impacts directly on victims who are re-traumatized and faced with the burden of having to justify and explain the crimes they endured, despite the courts having conclusively determined that the crimes occurred. Denial has a serious detrimental impact on healing and reconciliation. I have seen this too often. Victims understand very well that genocide denial refers to the past, but that its impact is felt in the present and will be felt in the future. They do not want the young generations to experience what they have experienced. The story of Rwanda in the past 30 years is a story of deep learning and drawing of lessons from the past to ensure that future generations do not experience the same horrors. Those whose lives and futures were taken must be remembered, always. There is an everlasting pain in remembering, but there is also strength. There must be determination in ensuring that these lessons learned from Rwanda are truly learned, risk factors mitigated early, and populations protected from another genocide. This determination and efforts remain essential. This is why KWIBUKA30 is especially important today, to remind us of our obligation to learn, to prevent, to act, for those whose lives were taken away in the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, and for all those at risk across the world today.